How's it going, guys? This is Julio from Proyectos Los Carnales, and I'm back again with a new video for you guys. Today we're going to be doing a water pump. Water pump is something that a shop will typically run you anywhere from like 80 to $150, and I've seen this happen a lot. So this one I actually wanted to do. The pump is out on my brother's truck, and I told him like, hey, you know what? Let me swap it out real quick. It probably takes you anywhere like 30 minutes or so. It really depends. If you have E-fans, you're gonna fly through it. If you have a clutch fan, that's when it's a little bit harder. But like I said, a lot of the tools I have is just regular hand tools. You can use impacts, but on this, you should be good with getting away with just like a big crescent and a 10mm. But I decided to bring this to you guys so you guys could see. All you little taquaches or whoever really needs it, to be honest, any LS, this how to change a water pump. It's probably gonna run me like 20-30 minutes, but it'll run a little bit longer since I'm recording step by step, but I'll keep you guys in the loop. All right, so this is the engine bay. Step one, getting the stuff out of the way. So I wanted to do the video on this one because this has a clutch fan, and you can tell with this huge fan shroud. Step one, we gotta remove this and this right here, these hose clamps. That way you could take off this air intake tube, and then we'll be able to move out the top of the fan shroud and then remove the other items out of our way. So just grab a flathead, and you just have to be on this side of the mass airflow sensor. Loosen this end and loosen this end, and then we're gonna pop off the air intake tube. And then one last thing down here, the air intake tube is it has like these little rivets that go to this hose. Just feel free to pry it with the screwdriver or anything you really have. All right, guys, like I said, nice and easy. We got the 2 bolts out and then the 4 clips, 2 on each side. This literally just comes straight out. Put it somewhere safely. The next step, we're gonna get rid of this fan clutch, and I'm gonna show you guys a pretty cool way. I have a really big crescent that likes to get these out, so I'm gonna go grab that crescent and show you guys what's up real quick. All right, so for the fan clutch, I usually try to put a little bit of WD-40 in the back, just so that it could kind of try to soak it a little. And I don't have any special tools, and I don't really like specialty tools. So I usually find a big crescent, slip it in there, and just make sure it gets nice and tight. When it's nice and snug, my little friend right here, Mr. Hammer, likes to get it out. You can leave the belt on. Sometimes if it still won't budge with the belt on, you just put something in there to pry it. But I like to give it a shot by myself first before getting a second hand to give me a quick hand. But it's nice and snug. Now just hit it with the hammer. And guess what? Now that it's loose, you just spin it away. And that, if you have a big crescent, is gonna save you at least an hour from going to your auto parts store to rent a special tool. And yes, I have done this method on Fords and Dodge. It's universal, it works on all of them. Make sure when you're spinning, leave one hand behind it. I see people literally just spin it and then it falls and smacks the radiator. You don't want to have to spend another $100-200 just by being negligent. And now we get to the point where you E-fans guys are already at. So congratulations, you did a smart choice. All right, guys, so now you grab a 15mm wrench. You put it right here in your tensioner, and you pretty much tighten the tensioner. That way it gives us slack on the belt. Oops, I was killing myself right there. So now the belt's off. Throw the belt wherever you would like. I usually just throw it over the engine, that way I don't lose it. All right, guys, so once the fan clutch is out of the way, you got the belt out of your way, come over to these heater hoses. You're gonna take both of these off, slip them out, and then take this off, which is right on the thermostat. So that's our next step. All right, guys, so as you can tell, I got 2 of the hoses out. I don't know how old this pump is. It looks pretty old. A lot of this stuff is OEM. I've been struggling a lot of things because they're all like from the original one. However, like I was saying, that one's just giving me a crazy headache. So we're just gonna continue with the process and slip it out when the pump is out. Right here on your actual tensioner, it's a 15mm bolts, and it's just 2 of them. So we're just gonna we're just gonna take them off real quick and then get the pump out. And then the last one is right under. So we got the 3 out, we got the tensioner. Carefully put it somewhere where you know it's gonna be. If you're looking at the water pump from the top down, it has 1, 2, 3, and then right under here, right behind under this pulley, it has the other 1, 2, 3 down here. So just follow the water pump, you can't miss them. They're 3 10mm bolts. I'm gonna grab them real quick. That's loose already. We're just gonna work on the driver's side. Editing. All right, guys. So now from the previous clip to now, you guys see this is now hanging. I'm gonna position this back. I didn't want to really include this because I'm showing how to change the water pump on this, and I did want to show you guys a cool little thing. The water pump bolt actually broke off in there, so it was right here. And the reason I got rid of all of this is so that I could access it more comfortably. It's pretty much just 5 bolts to take this whole bracket off. That way I could access this. So the bolt was broken in there. I put a actual nut on that outside of it and then just welded on the inside to fill it in, and then hit it with the impact, and it came out nice and smooth. So all I did was grab another water pump bolt I had laying around, and now we're gonna piece it back together. But I just wanted to show you guys, if you have a welder at home, this is a quick and easy process to get out broken bolts. Especially if the tip is hanging out, you could just put something around it. If it's not, put a smaller diameter and weld in. I do this with all the broken bolts if I can access them. If I can't, then I find a way to access it. But let me go right back. I'm gonna throw this back on and I'll show you guys how to reassemble the water pump. All right, guys, so what I'm doing now is just cleaning up the little axis for the water pump where the little gasket goes. I try to get a blade as much as I can in there. It helps lift off almost everything. And then when we're done with this, we got a little wire brush, and then we got the new gaskets in silicone, or RTV gasket maker, whatever you want to call it. But this is a real big process. Make sure you clean this. You don't want to put it back on and have your water pump be leaking from this area. That'll be a big headache, and you're gonna want to kick yourself in the butt. So we got the water pump in. Remember, it was just the 3 bolts on each side. We got the new bolts in there. And then after that, it's just the easy stuff. Putting these hoses back on. Let me get the light in here. So we're just gonna put these hoses in their corrective places, and then tighten up these hose clamps, and then we'll come back. All right, so we got the belt and everything is on. Let me get some light real quick on here. So we have the belt on. Don't forget that tensioner right there that I'm pointing at is only 3 15mm bolts. The bottom of the fan shroud is on. So now the next thing to do is put this fan clutch on. And we're gonna put it on exactly how we took it off, spin it, hit it with the crescent wrench, and then put the top of the fan shroud, and we should be getting ready to finish up. All right, guys, so the top of the fan shroud is now on. And like I told you guys, it's just the 2 clips. There's one right there and one on this end over here. And then the 2 10mm bolts. So that'll get the top of the fan shroud on. The last step we have is putting the air intake tube on and putting on that water hose right here on the top of the water pump. So let me get that on real quick and then show you guys the final product. All right, guys, so this is the final product on the water pumps. I decided to hop over to mine real quick just to show you guys the huge clearance with E-fans compared to the fan clutch that pretty much comes on the original previous 2000 to 2003 Silverados. So you have plenty more space. You don't have to worry about taking off the fan that's on the water pump. Either way, you guys seen how to take it off. That's exactly how to put it back on, and this pretty much is just it. The hose goes back, cooler intake tube goes back. You just make sure to fill up the reservoir tank until it's all the way into the top, and you'll see it, like once you wiggle it, you see the line kind of moving a little bit. When you guys squeeze the radiator hose while you're actually pouring the antifreeze in, pour the antifreeze in. When it's close to the top, squeeze the upper radiator hose, and, you know, squeeze it hard and let it go many times over and over, and it'll kind of vacuum and suck, you know, push all the air out it can. But that's the way, you know, you won't have any air in the system. It won't heat up or do anything crazy. There are special tools you could use, but this is just something you could use on your own and do it by your own hand. So I just wanted to show that and kind of give that little tip. That's something that I do, but that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to do this quick how-to video on the water pumps, because like I said before, it's something super simple, super easy. Man, when I don't have any issues, usually it'll probably be like an hour, hour and a half. It's in and out, no issues with it at all. But I'm not really glad, but I'm kind of excited it happened, that I busted a water pump bolt. And you guys saw it didn't even take me that long to remove it as well. There are gonna be casualties, but don't be scared of it, guys. Whatever you guys see, you know, Proyectos Los Carnales will give you a hand. If it happens to you, let me know. I'll let you know how to do the little welder tip. Just put a little nut on top of the bolt that's sticking out and weld it and back it out. But yeah, guys, keep following, throw me comments, like, comment, subscribe, and then we have many more videos coming up soon, guys. Have a good one.